everyone, I am your host, Ray Ireland, and you are listening to the Soul Aligned podcast, where we help high achieving leaders and driven visionaries do what you love and live your purpose now, because the world needs you right now. We're going to be talking about how to expand your business by listening to your soul. I absolutely love this conversation because this is one of the main tools that I've used to watch my business grow as fast as it has in the last handful of years. I've also seen clients really take this on and take it seriously about what is your soul wanting, what is your soul desiring to put out into the world, what is it like craving to do, and literally creating your business based off of that. I believe that when we are in that soul aligned place, business can make such a bigger, profound impact in not only your life, because you're feeling fulfilled, you're feeling excited, you're feeling like you're waking up in the morning and there's something new to create and look at. It challenges you, but it also creates a larger impact in the world because you really have stepped into that soul calling. So in this episode, we're going to go through 5 different steps. The first step is listen. Then we have dream, get real, implement, and integrate. And these are 5 of the key steps to being able to expand your business by listening to your soul. So we'll go ahead and start with step 1, which is to listen. And before you even start listening, it's about creating the time and the space to listen. Because if you're wanting to expand, there must be something that's not quite working, right? Something that is leaving you unfulfilled as a creator. And there's something that your subconscious and your soul is trying to tell you, hey, listen to me. Like, I have a good idea. A lot of times we don't want to even spend time with that, right? We're too busy trying to do what we're already creating. But there's something else. And so really taking that time, actually structuring it in your schedule, in your day, that free time, at least once a week, to just sit and see, okay, what's being created right now? Is this still in alignment? That can feel like a scary question, because what if it's not? Do you have to switch everything? No, I'll get back to that. But asking yourself these questions, so that way you can make these micro adjustments before going down the road, not addressing these issues that might be coming up in your business, and then all of a sudden needing to fully 180 switch it up. So business is an art form, right? Every business owner and entrepreneur, and especially, these spiritual entrepreneurs, solopreneurs that are out in the world creating impact, probably you who's listening. Business is an art form. You are an artist. You're creating and crafting this beautiful piece of art that you're actually then going to be putting out into the world. So remember that it takes time. It's just like those awesome relationships, those friends that you've had for many years. What got you to that point? It was probably the time. It's probably these micro adjustments of becoming back into alignment with one another, being able to figure out how to support one another best. And so just like business, that is what needs to happen. You need to take that time and let go of the pressure, let go of the expectations of things needing to adjust and see results immediately. And so when you're in that space of carving out the pieces of time and energy for you to just be in that place of listening, it gives this space to breathe. And this is so powerful. Those of you that are watching, you might actually have your own breath practice that you do. Maybe it's, something as extensive as doing, a full breath practice that you do every day, Wim Hof, or, holographic breathing, whatever it is. Or maybe you do your breathing in your yoga practice or in your dance class. But are you incorporating that same breath that you're using in these other practices to just keep you in a healthy mental state? Are you using those in your business? Are you giving your business breath, that space to breathe, to just sit into where things are at, to have that sense of awareness? This is so powerful for business owners to do. It's that opportunity to zoom out and see the big picture of what is really happening. And is it really producing the results that you were hoping it would be producing? Sometimes we'll get into business and we get so caught in the small picture that we actually lose the big vision of what we were creating, what we wanted to do for the world, for others. It's super important. Step 2 is where you get to go and start looking at, okay, what is this dream? What is inspiring me now? And this could be something totally different than your business. This is where it's pretty cool. Maybe you've been scrolling on Instagram. Maybe you found someone that just like intrigued you. You don't know why, but there's like, you're following them all of a sudden. Or maybe you went on TikTok and you found this like hilarious thing that just lit up your day, and now you watch this like super random hashtag stream of these like crazy videos. Sound familiar? Go into what is inspiring you and ask yourself, what am I finding myself dreaming about in the middle of the day when I could be working on my business, or, working on my relationships, giving back to myself. I find myself daydreaming about this thing. What is that? Because there's a really powerful energy behind being inspired, no matter how silly or how different it is from your current reality. This energy that is found in inspiration is also this piece of what your soul is craving. It's asking you to look at something from a different angle and just experience it. It's different than what the mind and body are wanting when you're asking, what is my soul craving? What is it? I find that sometimes our soul craves things that we actually don't want. Maybe it's growth, maybe it's expansion. Remember, expansion can feel uncomfortable. It usually does. So what is your soul craving? Is it really craving that you actually just take a nap and rest? Is it craving that you get inspired by some new pieces of art? Whatever that is, your soul can connect you with your higher self, and it can also connect you with your soul's purpose and the path that you can be walking down, the big picture path, not just what are you going to be doing this week. So when you're looking at the dream and what's inspiring you, sometimes whatever comes up might be feeling irrational. It might feel like this has nothing to do with my business, and that's okay. Just explore it. See what comes up from just having it in your energy field. It will inspire your business because you are that core piece that is actually connecting your inspirations to your business, whether it's directly linked or actually more of an energy that gets to move through you and kind of continue to fuel that fire. So then step 3 is to get real. This is where you get to ask yourself, how can you utilize the energy of whatever just inspired you and actually add value to your business by feeling, experiencing, utilizing that energy. So this is cool. This is kind of like the fun place that you get to play. You get to be the inventor, and you get to ask yourself, can I add this into my business as it is? Or am I done? Are there pieces of my business that are actually dying and done that need to be left so I can move on and incorporate some of these new elements? And only you will know, right? This is where you circle back to step 1. You take that time and space for yourself, because you will be the one to know what your soul is saying. Sure, you can go out and get opinions from, friends, family, lovers, teachers, mentors. This is all great, and this can be super helpful. But also have caution while communicating with your soul and asking your soul these questions. Right now, it's like, hey, soul, what do you want to do to experience expansion in your business? That's an internal question. That's a question that comes back to self. And so as you're in that space, you might actually be, thinking about the whole. So it's not necessarily always this feeling, but it could be thinking about the whole. But either way, it's you experiencing your own questions and your own answers coming up. Many times, when you go to someone else, they're going to tell you, and I believe that it's stemming from their heart, but they're going to tell you with kindness what your soul should do. And they'll tell you as from the perspective of what their soul would do if they were in that shoe, in your shoes, in that position. So only you can know. You are the sole knower of your soul's wisdom and experience. And when you can start pulling out these key, juicy pieces that are exciting your soul, that are lifting and lighting you up into your business, don't you think your business is going to become lit up and excited and expanded just naturally, energetically? It starts with the energy first. From there, the tactile, more practical pieces will come in and will shift. It's so powerful. So step 4 is implementation. And this is where you can start bringing all these small pieces together and understand how this inspiration can come into your daily life and into your business. The implementation are these inspired action steps. And they can be small. I want to keep saying that because expansion doesn't happen all at once. Expansion are these small steps built on top of one another. A lot of times with social media, we tend to just see these large leaps that others take, right? You're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on TikTok, and you're seeing these women or men that are inspiring you. You see them in their successful state, but you don't see all that's happening behind the scenes and all those little steps that they're taking. So do not get tricked into thinking that success can come so easily. It is always a process that gets built on top of one another, all these baby steps. So step 5 is to reflect and integrate. Sometimes when we do make these baby steps, some are bigger than others, but we start to make these shifts, we start to make these adjustments that can help realign business with your soul and what you're truly desiring to, with who you want to be, with what you want to put out into the world. These changes can happen, and as we make these changes, right, we're playing here, we're expecting a new outcome to happen immediately. How often does that happen for you? I know it happens for me all the time. I'm like, I just put this new thing into my business and I'm super excited about it, but why isn't it working? Gosh, what's happening? The thing is, it is working. Sometimes it just needs that integration time, and we need to let go of expectations that everything's going to shift on a dime as soon as we internally shift. That can cause a lot of frustration, a lot of separation, because you're experiencing something internally that feels like it came to this aligned place. It's juicy, it's solid, it's strong, it's empowered. And then you look out into your life and you're like, oh, but that's not the same thing. Like, why hasn't the world caught up with me yet, with the internal me? Just give it time. It will. That's where the tests come in, your soul test, to see, okay, are you going to stay in alignment even if things aren't happening right away? Are you going to continue that course? Is it truly aligned with you? Because if it is, you will continue that course. And so just like a fine wine or cheese or kombucha, you're creating your soul-aligned business is something that is long-term, and you should be dedicated to it in the big picture. Because if you're working on something long-term, like a long-term relationship, like a fine wine, whatever you want to relate it to, it's not a fast action cash scheme. It just isn't. A soul-aligned business is a business that is aligned with your soul's journey throughout your lifetime here on earth. Are you ready to step into that? Are you ready to decide to start listening, decide to start creating time and space for you to hear what your soul is trying to tell you, what your soul is calling you into? It can be really exciting, it can be really terrifying, and Trust me, the journey is so worth it. If you are someone that wants to really live full out and be courageous in taking those leaps of action and putting yourself out there even when you don't want to. It's about showing up no matter what. And I know you guys can do it. I know you can. From there, the expansion just happens. If you create this time and space to listen, if you connect with your inspiration, your dream, if you get real with yourself, what needs to shift and change in your business so that way you can be more aligned. And if you can take that inspired action to really put that inspiration into work in your business and then give it that time to reflect and integrate and allow yourself to just be. This is the power juice, y'all. You're gonna love it. So I can't wait to see the businesses that are being created right now. It is such an important time to be putting your soul's calling, your soul's work out into the world, put it into action. So thank you all so much for, really doing that. Thank you for checking out this video. Please subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. And if you want to check out more videos, go ahead and just tap the screen right there. I will see you next time.